It was nearly sunset. The war continued like thunder and lightning that never stopped. Soldiers of different beliefs were fighting for their own causes. The government forces were becoming weak. They were outnumbered. They didn't expect the huge force of the enemy. They weren't able to contact their headquarters because their station was attacked and their communication facilities were destroyed. They were losing their hope for survival. Yet, they had a fight. They had to fight to the end. It was the second year of Lieutenant Santiago, and in his time, he awarded Lieutenant Ben-Hur as outstanding, and next to him was Edwin Santiago. They fell in love with the same girl.
Bro, I think I'm in love. I found the girl of my dreams.
That's good, my friend. I'm so happy for you. Me too. I am engaged. We're getting married soon. Oh wait, here's my girlfriend. Come here, babe. This Lieutenant Santiago, my best friend.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant.
What? Me and my best friend fall in love with the same girl? How could he?
Bro, are you saying something?
No. I'll go now. Be happy.
But since Ben-Hur performed well in class and belonged to a wealthy family, he won the heart of the girl. Edwin never showed his pity and kept it for himself until they decided to join the army and were assigned to fight against the enemy of democracy, the communists. It was supposed to be their last day in the mountain as they were called to report at the headquarters. They were to be transferred in this city to become members of the intelligence group. Ben-Hur then was planning to get married upon reaching the city. He told Edwin about this. Ben-Hur never knew that Edwin still loved the girl very much, but never came to his mind to become unfaithful to his friend. But before the return to the city, on the night of August 31, 1990, there was an assault.
Take over! There's still many of them, and we don't have enough at once.
Lieutenant, we should retreat at once.
Okay, let's go!
Ben-Hur! He is badly hurt, Lieutenant. Ben-Hur! Ben-Hur! Can you still make it? Come on! We have to move! The enemies are coming!
Lieutenant, I can't take it anymore. Go on and live. But please, I don't want to die in the enemy's rifles. You're my best friend. Please take my life and live. Please do it. Don't let me die in these arms. Please.
No! No! I can't! Come on! Can you still make it? Come on! Fight for it!
Lieutenant, the enemies are coming. What shall we do? I beg you. Please do it and go. Won't you just do it? Don't you understand?
I can't! I know you can still make it! Stand up!
You know I'm dying, and you too much would die just because of me. And if you won't do it, just go and live. Go on and save yourself, and let me die in their arms. And remember this day, that you were never once a true friend, coward. That's what I am going to bring with me in my grave. I just kill myself rather than to the hands of the enemies. Go and leave me now, coward, coward.
No! No! You don't understand!
Coward, leave me. I'm not your friend. Lieutenant, they're coming. Come on, let's go now.
God, forgive me! Ah!
Lieutenant!
Lieutenant Santiago and Sergeant Soriano survived. Upon their return, Sergeant Santiago narrated the incident to the relatives of Lieutenant Ben-Hur.
Sergeant, how's my Ben-Hur?
I'm sorry, Mom. What are you trying to say, Sergeant? Lieutenant Ben-Hur is dead.
What? No! No! You're lying, right? I don't believe you. Where's my son? No! No! He's not dead!
We're gonna sue you! Let's see each other in court.
His parents, then, filed a suit against Lieutenant Santiago before a court for murdering their son. The case is being presided by Judge Sarmiento. The accused is defended by Attorney Sabado, and the plaintiff is represented by Attorney Macaraeg.
People of the Philippines versus Lieutenant Edwin Santiago, case number 891040 for murder.
The court is now open for session.
The court is calling the witness of the prosecution, Sergeant Isagani Soriano, to stand in the box.
Yes, I do.
Please sit down.
The prosecutor may now proceed with the examination.
Will you please introduce yourself to the court?
I am Sergeant Isagani Soriano of the 42nd Battalion, assigned in Basilan with Lieutenant Ben-Hur and Lieutenant Santiago. Together we fought against the enemies of democracy.
How long did you know Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
We've been together in the army for 3 years now. I first met him in our assignment in Central Luzon way back 1986.
How well did you know Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
For me, he was a very good soldier. He was brave, strong, and intelligent. He was very well versed in military strategy and full of experiences that made him a man of strong determination. He had been a faithful friend and good brother among us. He was a very promising man and a big asset in the army.
Sergeant, can you narrate in this court what happened in your last encounter with Lieutenant Ben-Hur was murdered?
Objection, Your Honor. The prosecutor is being conclusive. The case is not yet established as murder.
Objection sustained. Please change your question.
Yes, Your Honor. Sergeant Soriano, will you please narrate what happened in your last encounter where Lieutenant Ben-Hur was killed?
It was a stormy night. We'd been attacked by surprise. We were outnumbered. Our commander was killed and we got so many casualties. When we thought we can no longer control the situation, Lieutenant Ben-Hur and Lieutenant Santiago decided that we should retreat.
Lieutenant! They're coming! Come on! Let's go now!
There's still many of them, and we didn't have enough at once.
Together with the other 4 privates, we ran away, but the enemy saw us and chased us.
What happened then? Please continue.
When we were about 3 kilometers away from the camp, we heard a grenade explosion from behind. The 2 privates were dead. We tried to retaliate, but we ran out of ammunition. So we continued running away, but Lieutenant Ben-Hur was shot in the chest, but he was still holding on.
Ben-Hur!
We slowed down because Lieutenant Ben-Hur was really badly hurt. The enemies were getting closer and closer.
How many men were after you? What did you do then?
There were still plenty of them, about 30 to 40, and were heavily armed. But Lieutenant Santiago, maybe in order to accelerate our move, shot Lieutenant Ben-Hur in the head.
God, forgive me! Ah!
Lieutenant!
I can't believe it, but he really shot Lieutenant Ben-Hur.
Is Lieutenant Santiago present in this court? Will you please point at him?
Yes, there he is.
By the way, Sergeant Soriano, did you clearly see when Lieutenant Santiago shot Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
Yes, sir. I was just about 2 meters away from them.
Is this the gun that Lieutenant Santiago used in shooting Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, if the court agrees, I would like this evidence be labeled as Exhibit A.
Label that as Exhibit A.
How did you manage to escape?
We kept running until we reached the river. The enemies were fast approaching. Lieutenant Santiago said, "This is the end. We are in the point of no return."
Lieutenant! They're coming! Come on! Let's go now!
We had no alternative but to jump into the river, rather than to be captured and tortured afterwards. The level of the river was high, and I can still remember the roaring sound of it. We fell unconscious and we just found ourselves in the shore in the morning. Luckily, Lieutenant Santiago and I survived and we couldn't find the two. Maybe they were drowned.
Before your camp was attacked, what significant news had reached you about Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
Objection, Your Honor. The question is irrelevant to the case.
No, Your Honor. I am just trying to establish a position wherein the accused had a motive of killing or murdering the victim.
Objection overruled. Sergeant Soriano, please answer the question.
Lieutenant Ben-Hur planned to get married with his longtime girlfriend, who happened to be also someone special to Lieutenant Santiago.
I am engaged. We're getting married soon.
What can you say about the reaction of Lieutenant Santiago?
He felt so bad about the news
I'll go now. Be happy.
because he was still in love with the girl.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is presuming the feeling of the killing that was planned, a murder.
Objection overruled.
After that news, I noticed that Lieutenant Santiago was always lonely. He even isolated himself from us. I can see the real sadness in his eyes.
So, do you think Lieutenant Santiago had a plan to stop the wedding?
What kind of question is that?
Order in the court! Order in court! Lieutenant Santiago, please sit down, or else I will charge you with contempt in the court.
I was not sure then, but I saw that he felt so depressed.
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you, Sergeant Soriano.
Thank you, Counselor. Sergeant Soriano, how long have you been in the Army?
I've been in the Army for 6 years now.
You started at what rank?
I started as a private and became corporal after 3 years.
Corporal. So you were already corporal before your assignment in Central Luzon, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that you envy Lieutenant Santiago, who surpassed you of the rank and recognition you've been aspiring?
No!
Your Honor, please allow me to present this court and label it as Exhibit B, a sworn statement of the previous commander of these men. Corporal Santiago, then, was recognized for the outstanding performance he had shown, which accelerated him to sergeant and then lieutenant in a very short period of time. You said that you fell out of consciousness when you jumped into the river, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you said you didn't know what happened then.
Yes, ma'am.
For your information, it was Lieutenant Santiago who saved you. He grabbed you when you were unconscious. You've also said in your testimony before this court that Lieutenant Santiago was the one who wanted your escape from the enemy to be accelerated. Can't you remember the conversation of the accused and the deceased? The request of Lieutenant Ben-Hur to be shot at once so he'll not be a hindrance to your escape.
I can't remember anything. I was so confused during the tragedy.
But you can remember how Lieutenant Ben-Hur yelled and called Lieutenant Santiago
Coward!
because he didn't want to shoot Lieutenant Ben-Hur, can't you?
Yes, ma'am. I heard that.
That's all, Your Honor.
May the accused, Lieutenant Santiago, stand in the box. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
How long had you been friend to Lieutenant Ben-Hur?
We'd been friends since childhood. We were together in our ups and downs. He and I were so close that we even treated each other as a true brother. We were classmates from elementary to college. and grow in the same neighborhood. Our families were also close to each other.
Is it true that you had fallen in love with the same girl?
Yes, but we agreed that we will not apart our ways just because of a girl. So, we agreed that may the best man win. However, Ben-Hur turned out to be the lucky man. I felt sorry. But it didn't come to my mind to be disloyal to him as a friend and brother.
How did you feel when you knew that they were planning to get married?
All of my hope had gone, but I was so glad when he said he wanted me to be his best man. I accepted it wholeheartedly.
So, it is not true that you had planned to stop the wedding.
Yes, ma'am. It is not true. Indeed, I wish them the best.
Could you explain before this court what happened the night of the incident?
When Ben-Hur was shot, I saw him so badly hurt. So I carried him and ran. But he lost himself in my arms and fell on the ground. He begged me. He begged me to shoot him because he couldn't make it anymore. I refused. I told to him that he could still make it.
You're my best friend. Please take my life and live.
I can't! I know you can still make it! Stand up!
Yet, he continued begging me to kill him because he didn't want to be captured and tortured by the enemy. He told me that if I would not kill him, he would disown me and bring his grave that I've never been a true friend to him. I noticed that he was losing a great deal of blood and the enemies are coming very closer. So I closed my eyes and I shot him, and without looking back, I ran as fast as I could until I reached the river.
So, it is not true that the killing was planned?
Yes, ma'am. We've been brothers for so long. I can't do that. It never came to my mind. Never. I just did it for mercy to him.
So, it was clearly stated in the witness and testimonies of the accused that this case was not a murder. Lieutenant Santiago just agreed to the dying request of Lieutenant Ben-Hur to be shot because he felt he could not hold on and he didn't want to be tortured and killed by his enemy. The killing was plainly for mercy to Lieutenant Ben-Hur, not a murder. That's all, Your Honor.
Since it's already 12 o'clock, the court may now recess and will resume at exactly 2 p.m. The jury has decided. It was clearly stated that what Lieutenant did was not a murder. It was out of mercy that he killed Lieutenant Ben-Hur. I therefore pronounce Lieutenant Santiago not guilty. Not guilty.
Euthanasia.